Well, hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. More Balatro. It's your boy, the Gourd King. I hate when people say that on stream, it's stupid. But indeed it is. And I hope you're all doing very, very well. Apologies for a fairly late start to tonight's stream. Today has been both a busy day and one where I'm a bit off timing-wise. Woke up much later than intended, but it was for a good cause. I was up making sure my script was finished and all that. But I woke up far later than I anticipated. Exactly, Wade. It's your boy. Skinny penis. But yeah, I got up much later than I intended. I had a movie to go to at 1. Didn't get home till around 5. I'd only done like a portion of my daily workout, so I am right now pouring sweat after doing the rest of it. So that's what you're getting. You're getting a sweaty gourd that you just can't see. That's what you get on this channel. You get a sweaty pumpkin. Waylon says, I woke up with a wee bit of a hangover, and asks, what'd you see? I went and saw F1, and let me tell y'all something. F1 is freaking awesome, and everybody needs to go to the theater to see it. It is the movie, it is the movie of the summer. Forget Superman, forget Jurassic Park, whatever we're on now. Forget Fan Foreskin. Forget all that. Those movies are trash. They're probably all going to be trash. I hope they're not all trash, but they probably will be. Go see F1. F1 is freaking awesome. It's probably the best theatrical experience since Godzilla -1 and Top Gun Maverick. Those were probably the two most recent, like, really amazing theatrical experiences that everybody should enjoy. F1 is now part of that mix. It's really, really fun. It's really well acted. It has very well realized characters. Has a solid story. Yeah, it is top to bottom a really good movie. That is a really good movie. And freaking everybody needs to go see it. You will not regret it. Yeah. That's my take. So is Joseph Kosinski the next Tony Scott? The comparison I've been making since I got out of the theater was, I think Kosinski is like if you took Michael Bay and made him a better writer. Or made him better at employing writers. Because he does spectacle just as good, but his characters and his stories, at least lately, have been far better realized. So that is more the comparison I make. I wouldn't liken him to Tony Scott. Tony Scott's style and his are just very, very different. I don't think Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick are really all that similar, other than one just being a sequel to the other. But, and plus, I think Maverick is a significantly better movie. I think the first Top Gun, while it's fun, it's really cheesy. But, yeah, I think F1 is, it's not now. A lot of people have been comparing this, or at least been asking, you know, how does this hold up against something like Ford v Ferrari? Okay, first, no, it's not. It's not as good as Ford v Ferrari. Ford v Ferrari is kind of a masterpiece. Ford v Ferrari is arguably the best movie of 2019. You could make the argument it's the best movie of that year. But it was much better than Parasite as far as I'm concerned. And I like Parasite. Parasite's fine, but Parasite got wildly overrated as far as I'm concerned. I think that movie's more like a 7 out of 10, whereas Ford v Ferrari is like a 10. No, F1 is not as good as Ford v Ferrari. But it is still, it's like if Ford v Ferrari is like, if that's like a 10, then F1 is like an 8. a high, like an 8 to an 8.5. It's really, really good. It's kind of great, to be honest. It's one of those movies that reminds you why you love going to the movies. They even have attractive characters who find each other attractive. There's actual romance in this movie. Oh my gosh. I didn't think Hollywood did that anymore. I didn't think they knew how. But yeah, it's a really freaking good movie. Michael Bay took a lot from Tony Scott. I mean, I'm more speaking not necessarily stylistically. I'm speaking of like the kind of tone that they would set. Like, obviously, people like to me, Tony Scott wasn't just bombastic. You know, he did stories that were a little bit more intimate than the big budget like blockbusters. Most of his movies were kind of his own, other than maybe Top Gun and probably one or two others. But you know, his movies weren't all about spectacle necessarily. I mean, some of them were, but not necessarily all of them. Dang it, I actually really want this card. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's sell these. Who cares? Let's take it. It's at ×5. But like, I don't really even like... I don't know if I'd even like comparing Tony Scott and Michael Bay. But Kaczynski has done several movies that you could argue would be the type of movies that Bay would do, you know, like Tron, Maverick, Oblivion, and this. But he's doing this kind of thing significantly better on it. At least he's done it better more times so far, and is on a bit of a hot streak. Now, Bay, it's not to say Bay's never done it well. He has done a couple of movies really well. I think The Rock is awesome, but most of his movies are kind of crap. Have you seen Days of Thunder? Because, yeah, I've seen talks about them tying those together. I haven't seen Days of Thunder. I never bothered with it because, you know, I was young when that came out, and it's, you know, it's about NASCAR, and I used to just not bother with movies on subjects that I had no interest in. Now, I would see it today just to, you know, see how it holds up, but no, I have never seen that movie before, and so I don't know if they would go together well or not. I think they potentially could. I think there's potential behind that. But yeah, I think, you know, if F1 is successful, I will not be surprised if they attempt a sequel, and I'm not necessarily against that. I think that there are other things you could potentially do with Brad Pitt's character. I also don't think you have to, because, like, F1 is very much its own movie. It doesn't try to sequel bait you or anything like that. The door's open for there to be another one, but there doesn't have to be. There doesn't have to be. But yeah, F1 is pretty awesome. Oh no, I mean, I know Days of Thunder was Tony Scott. I'm aware of that, and I know it's, you know, it's Tom Cruise, and I can understand the appeal to that idea. But I have no idea whether or not that would be a good idea. And I know I said idea twice, but different context, so it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, highly recommend checking it out. It's awesome. It's really freaking awesome. It is as far as I'm concerned, it is the must-see movie of the summer. Everybody should go see it. Nicole Kidman is really hot in Days of Thunder. Yeah, that was her kind of in her heyday. So, yeah. Was that the movie that Tom and Nicole got together during, or were they already a thing? What's up, Hosty? How you doing? Now, Hosty, I was telling everybody about the awesomeness that is F1 and how everybody needs to get up off their beeholes and go see it. Yeah, I thought that was when they got together. Which, you know, bully for them, I guess, but... There was actually, funny enough, like, I don't remember the names of the trailers I saw because I got so hooked on the movie. Put it this way, F1 is one of the first movies I've seen in a while where I didn't even look at my phone. I put my phone in my pocket and I never touched it. I think my grandpa wants to see F1 next week, and, well, you need to go with him. Or go on your own, but go. However you can go. It's awesome. It's really freaking awesome. But yeah, I love it. It's, you know, it's one of those movies that, yes, you could argue that part of the reason it stands out so much is because of the deluge of garbage we've had this year. But it's not just good because everything else is bad. That's not the reason why it's good. It's good because it's good. This would be good I mean, it's, like I said, it's low-key kind of great. But, like, this is a really fun movie, regardless of what's out in the theater. And because my local theater has crappy internet service. So Brad Pitt has been looking like the coolest dude on the planet recently. Yeah. I mean, we can't really call it a career revival because his career's never been in bad shape, but I mean, dude's holding it together, that's for sure. He's, I mean, I guess you could just say he's staying cool with his movies. His movies are remaining really good. If anything, I mean, his performances are actually getting quite a bit better. But, honestly, the whole cast in this movie is really strong. The kid who kind of plays his teammate / rival, he's excellent. Really liked him in the movie. Carrie Condon's great. Javier Bardem's awesome. Yeah, pretty much everybody brought their A game. Just keeps coming out with bangers. Yeah, Pitt's good at picking movies for himself. Pitt's been good about picking movies for himself, and good on him. Good on him. This is a pretty good one. I'm gonna sell that. Yeah, because we're gonna kind of try to do something similar to what we did yesterday. But I know one of the trophies I could go for is the wild card trophy. But honestly, this is not going to be a super long stream, just because, you know, kind of getting started late, and I guess Toasty and Israel, you weren't there when I was telling. It's like I'm actually pouring sweat right now. I didn't have time to finish my workout this morning because I had the movie to go to. So yeah, I am like absolutely drenched right now. So that's fun. We can actually convert this to a queen. So you're getting yourselves a nice dripping wet gourd, just like y'all always wanted, I assume. You're welcome. Okay, so let's get y'all this. But yeah, go see it. Go freaking see that movie. You won't regret it. What is wetter than... Oh my gosh. But how are you all doing? How is everybody tonight? Y'all had yourselves a fun Tuesday? Have you been stuck working? Anything like that? How has your all's evening been? What's up, Cannoli? How you doing, man? What I want to know, Cannoli, is exactly how many pumpkins do you know? I mean, there's me, but how many others? What are you hiding? What are you not telling us? Did you watch the film in standard format or IMAX? Kind of a format in between. I don't... It's like the theater I go to locally I don't think has an IMAX. You have to go to the one a little bit further away to get the IMAX. But this was it was this theater's version of a bigger screen, you know, better sound, all that. The only bad thing was I had done a portion of my workout by the time I'd got there. Like, literally, like, I worked out 20 minutes before I walked out the door, so I was still, like I had to wear, like, a sleeveless hoodie. I was like, if my back's sweating, I don't want people to see a big wet spot on my back. That's gross, but, but then I sit in my seat, and I'm like, why is my seat so hot? And it's because they have those seat warmers that turn on automatically when you put the feet out. And I was like, oh crap, I have to find a switch to this thing because this is making it a lot worse. But yeah. Was it Cinemark XD? Yes, that was it. That was it. Basically, yeah, Cinemark XD. XD's nuts. Got him. But yeah, that was it. Okay, so now we're going for 2 parts. Oh wait, we don't have any discards. Mother. No. I watch everything at Cinemark and I'm even a member. Nice. Yeah, Cinemark's the closest theater to me. Like literally it's just a couple of minutes away. Like I could walk to Cinemark, no problem. And it's a nice enough theater to where, you know, you have a good time there. You get a hot dog at a movie theater. I just basically, I mean, I just sat there and watched. I didn't get anything to eat. I think we're gonna lose here. Yeah, not a good run there. Oh well, no biggie. We're just kind of playing right now. What's up, Whitey? Oh, Whitey, I'm glad you're here because that hot dog just reminded me of something. I don't know if this is a real tattoo that Brad Pitt has, but there's a shot of him in F1 where you see the tattoos on his back, and he has a hot dog with a face on it. I swear it looks like the IBS hot dog wizard, but without the wizard clothes. I immediately started chuckling in the theater because I was like, it's the hot dog wizard. I never get the theater nacho. Yeah, I didn't eat a thing. As far as I'm concerned, because I'm basically not doing fast food and soda and all that, as far as I'm concerned, theater food counts as fast food, so I'm not getting it. I heard it was basically Top Gun Maverick, but with cars, and that's exactly what the movie. Pretty much. I mean, there's very different aspects to how the movie plays out. Like, Brad Pitt's not I mean, he's great at what he does, but he's not the full-on expert that Tom Cruise is in Top Gun. I mean, he's very flawed. There's no guarantee that what he does is going to work. But yeah, he's very much in a similar vein as Tom Cruise's character in that movie. But I'm glad they have some pretty key differences between them. But yeah, dang good movie. One worth going to the movies to. It is worth the price of admission. Yeah, we're gonna get this. So, get your arse to Mars. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Sorry, I'm still a bit winded at the moment from working out. Like cowboy. Yeah, how I know Waylon's doing okay. How the rest of y'all been today? Cannoli, how's your day been? Are you working? Are y'all off today? Or are you not off till, later on in the week for the holidays? Yeah, me and Blue, it was funny, Whitey, me and Blue were talking about the movie, and then he talks about how he was going to go see Jurassic Park later tonight. And I was like, oh dude, I wish I had Whitey's T-Rex doing the Twilight laugh queued up, because I would show it to you. It's so funny. Then I was like, well, maybe I can find it on the stream and clip it real quick. And I found it within 2 minutes. I started to kind of vaguely remember exactly where you had it, and I was like, okay, got it clipped. We're good. That was so fun. That was great. Much of my family and cousins gonna watch Jurassic World together, and I said, no, I'll pass. I I mean, now that I've kind of got the theater bug from seeing F1, I'm probably going to be a little bit more willing to see bad movies, but... And I've seen almost every single Jurassic Park movie in theater. The only Jurassic Park movie I did not see in the theater was the last one. That was the only one I did not watch. I have seen every other one in the theater, so I'm not against going to see it, but I have zero expectations. That's right, exactly, Whitey. Very quick on the search. I got cat-like speed and reflexes. If you know the movie I'm quoting, then good on you. Whitey probably knows the movie I just quoted. Nolly might too. If you grew up in the 90s, you should know. Whew. Alright. We'll boost that. Yeah. Grab these. But yeah, that was actually the first time this year I've gone to the movies. It's the first time. Would we say that Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise are the last movie stars? I don't know about the last, but they're right now the only established movie stars that we have. I do think there are other actors that have potential, but like I think Glenn Powell has potential to be a movie star. I do think Austin Butler has potential. But like Glenn Powell's kind of getting the closest to becoming a superstar or a movie star, but he's not quite there yet. That's kind of why I'm rooting for the Running Man remake. I am kind of rooting for that. Plus, I think the old Running Man is kind of a bad movie, so. But I am hoping that the remake will be good. Yeah, you could argue Chris Pratt already is. He does have a certain draw to him, but it's not... He's kind of what you might call a modern movie star. It's where people love him, but it's not him being in a movie is not a guarantee that people are going to go see it. Plus, I mean, one of the other big differences between now and... you know, back when movie stars were a more common thing is a lot of movie stars do TV now, and they do it unironically. You know, and Pratt's among them. You know, Pratt's got like the Terminal List and stuff like that. That used to not really be the case. I mean, if you were to see like Brad Pitt on a TV show, which, you know, he had cameo on Friends, but that's all it was a cameo. Right? There's no way you're going to see Brad Pitt like constantly on a TV show, like on a recurring role or something like that, for any real extended period of time. We'll do this and this. I think Chris Pratt picked some roles, and yeah, I agree. He's kind of in that place where he's just kind of starring in everything. And I do wish I mean, like, look, if him going to, like, the Jurassic movies, I get it. I mean, those are big movies, and I'm sure he made a boatload of money. And as bad as the MCU has gotten, you know, he was one of the better parts of it. You know, that was a good move by him. That actually kind of sent him into the stratosphere, and obviously he's got some smaller movies he's done that are really good. I thought he was really good in, like, Zero Dark 30, even though he's got a very small part in that, but, I wish he would start doing, like, I actually would like to see him do some movies that are more along the serious lines of something like, The Terminal List. I think that'd be really cool. But, we'll see. I mean, like doing, like, The Electric State, I'm like, why did anybody do The Electric State? That movie's awful. Netflix really wants what's-her-face, Millie Bobby Brown, or whatever her name is, they want her to be a thing so badly, and I'm like, guys, she ain't it. Just come on, stop. It's getting kind of sad. Maybe some serious stuff, but it flopped. I hear Electric State, I think of... I do too, Hawaii. Scranton. What? I think of that too. Yeah, gosh, Electric State was terrible. And honestly, Pratt, that's one of the worst acting roles I've seen him in. Like, he was not good in that movie. I mean, granted, kind of nobody was, but he really phoned it in. I mean, maybe he knew it was crap and he was just getting a good payday, but I was like, gosh, he looks bored. And he acting bored. Now, that movie was arse. Did not care for it. Let's do this. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Oh well, maybe it'll come, maybe it'll go. I don't know. I do like some of the movies that Glenn Powell's picking. He is gonna need a bit more exposure. But he's very likable. I think he's got the right attitude. So I'm rooting for him. I'm very much rooting for him. As someone who thinks Jurassic Park 3 is a good film. I mean, I would say Jurassic Park 3 is a fun movie, but it's a stupid movie. Like, it's a really stupid movie. I actually don't hate Jurassic Park 3 because it's funny, but it's incredibly dumb. That movie's incredibly dumb. Jurassic Park 3 is better than 2. I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Lost World is awful. That is an awful movie. I think that's probably the most overrated of the franchise because, jeez, that's a bad movie. It is a really bad movie. Lost World has gobs of issues, which, by the way, speaking of Jurassic Park, if you want to watch a really fun stream, go watch MMM from last night. That was so much fun doing MMM again. I love doing shows with Cannoli, Vex, and Whitey. It's so much fun. Like it hadn't missed a beat. It felt like it hadn't even missed a beat. Gave me a big ol' nostalgia boner. No, stop it. Get your heads out of the gutter. That doesn't mean what it sounds like. I mean, it totally does, but I don't know how would you even spin that to sound good, but I'm just telling you what it did. We did. We laughed a ton. But I think we had some good analysis for that movie. That was great. 3 has some good character writing, but outside of that, it's just a fun good. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't even say that JP3 is okay. I think it's genuinely stupid, but it's undeniably fun. It's a really fun movie. I do like the Steel Joker. And not just because of the jokes you can make about certain individuals, but do I have steel card? I do have one steel card at the moment, plus the multiplier is permanent. Wild card is good. I do want to make wild cards. We'll get rid of that, and we'll take that. Whitey says, yes sir, great discourse, and Cannoli showed us his Yeti. Is Kurt Russell a movie star, or has he ever been? I mean, it is, I would say kinda yes, but he's more, I would call him a niche movie star. Like, he's not the kind of movie star where he's just gonna put butts in seats, like, all the time. But he obviously has mass appeal. Or at least he has appeal. To at least some extent. Like, he's the kind of movie star that everybody likes, but not everybody goes to see. Maybe is the best way to put it. No, I totally get what you mean. I think that's a fair question. Okay, there's that. Blah, blah, blah. We'll put this on our 7s. Okay, we'll put that there. Okay, not quite out of the woods, but I think we'll be alright. See, this and this could pair together really well. We're just going to need more steel. I need Hattori Hanzo's steel. Nope, that's not what I want, but I'll take kings. That's always good. These aren't great draws, that's for sure, but we can make it do. We can make it do, hopefully. It won't be easy, though. Let's make this a glass card. Okay, well, something there. Oh, good, there we go. You're the glass. Shoot the glass. I mean, a similar vein of movie star. Yeah, I mean, I think Sam Jackson's probably a tad bit more, like a tad higher on the on like a scale of like mass appeal, but maybe that could be just a byproduct of, you know, how many big movies he's happens to have been in. Like, I don't think the movies necessarily rely on him, you know, to be, you know, to make big money, but obviously he's been in a lot of movies that have made a lot of money. Okay, got something here. There we go. Alright, we got out of that. Jackson, I think, has a volume edge, but Russell has been in less bad movies. I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's fair. Now, his draws aren't helping us that much. Okay, here we go. That's a good card. I'll take that. Need to get rid of this, because it's not really helping us that much. Get rid of that. Blah, blah. Actually, we can do something with the 10. Ah, there we go. You're one of them. I only got Hosty to watch Hateful Eight. He really liked it. Yeah, it's actually funny. I said I think that Hateful Eight is one of Tarantino's weaker movies. He's like, I'm gonna have to fight you on that, and I was like, I mean, I'm glad you like it. I like Hateful Eight. It's not. I think it's probably my second least favorite Tarantino movie. I don't love Hateful Eight. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I don't want to shatter my glass joker, just... I don't need to. There we go. It's a little something something. A little something something. Alright. It's not helping us. We're not getting a lot of money either. Aha! There we go. We unlocked that other voucher. 40k, I don't think I can jump right to that. So, I have to wait on that one. Okay. I could sell this, which would be a bit of a risk, but it might be a good risk, so we're gonna make it through this. Might have to. Upgrade the level of the first discarded poker hand of each round. I mean, that could do something, but we can't do anything on this hand, so... Okay. That's a little bit. Let's go with this to start. Okay. Yeah, we might be able to get to the next one. If we play our cards right. Oh, good, a seal. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's see. Let's put multipliers on those. And then we'll convert this to a lucky king. Okay, it's not bad. Not too shabby. When does dialogue become overindulgent? When it's not necessary, and I'd say it's a combination of things. Like, first off, there's, when it's not particularly necessary. When you can tell that it's the director sort of flexing style, despite the fact that there's no real substance to what's being said. Like, I tend to think Hateful Eight is, overindulgent with its dialogue, particularly late in the film. To me, the biggest problem with the Hateful Eight is I think the last act is very slow. I think the last act is very slow. Every time I've watched a movie, I'm just like, can we get to the point already? We know what the movie's doing, so can we just do it already? We know what's coming. Let's just get there. I do still like the movie. I think it's solid, but yeah, not one of Tarantino's best. I would rank it second from the bottom. Death Proof is his weakest movie by far. But even that movie, I think, is, okay. Like, that movie's okay. But, dang, a Mega Spectra pack and I can't touch it. Feckin' hell. That really sucks. That really freaking sucks. Okay. Well, we'll just play these. And of course it killed us. It killed us. Another wild card. Okay. There's a trophy attached to wild cards that I'm interested in possibly getting, but certainly no lock. Not great. Okay, that's not bad. But yeah, sorry, I know I'm being a wee bit quiet at the moment, but I'm still gathering my thoughts. Plus, I think this run's probably about dead. No, okay, we made it through. It's just not a very good run, so. I do something with that. Vex, how you doing? I wonder if that was a typo or intentional. That's Vex's Jewish nickname for me. kind of happened by accident, and it's still funny. I thought so. Gourd. So, I'm actually seriously considering. You gave me an idea for this video opening. It's transformed magnificently. I know you meant magnificently, but I'm going to pronounce that as you wrote it. It's absolutely magnificently. Yes. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I actually am thinking about, since I've got my Killer of Killers script done, although I am going to look at the closing and make sure I like it the way it is. See if it needs to be touched up. But for the most part, the script is basically done. But I might take the little short review I wrote on Criticless and make that kind of the backbone of a short F1 video. Because I can do that in an afternoon and have that ready for Friday, and then that will give me about a week and a half to do Killer of Killers, which is I basically have been saying since yesterday that I don't think that's going to be ready this week. It's probably next week, so that's probably what I'm going to do if I decide to do something for F1. Which, granted, F1's video wouldn't be particularly deep. It would mostly just be encouraging people to go freaking see it. Because it's a movie that is perfect for theatrical viewing. Plus, it'll just kind of give me a video for the week. You know. Alright, so let's see. Like I said, this isn't going to be a particularly long stream because of how late it got started. I wasn't intending to do a stream tomorrow, but I might do one to make up, but we'll see. I can't promise that, but I'll try to, as long as I make some progress on my other stuff. But probably wrap this stream up in about a half hour or so. I don't have any jokers to add polychrome. It sounds like I'm like finishing a car or something. It's like, do you want to add polychrome to this Joker? We probably want to go for a queen. There we go. And I'm excited for Vex putting out another video. I'm very much looking forward to that. I'm gonna buy this. We're gonna put polyamorous chrome or whatever on that. Wait, that's weird. Yeah, like what you that got the most overhyped to you? What, like ever? Most overhyped movie ever? Oh, gosh. I have to think about that. Because there's a bevy of films that I could point at that have been overhyped over the years. Whew. What is the most overhyped movie? Godzilla 90s? Well, yeah, well, okay, so this raises a question. What is our standard for overhyped? Like, what's overhyped by, like, people saying how great it was, or are we just talking about advertising? Up to you, and then you watched it. What was it good? Okay, so yeah, alright, that's what I thought, because when Whitey brought up the Godzilla thing, I was like, okay, that's a different kind of hype than what I'm thinking, but he might be onto something. Let me think about that for a sec, because I'm probably going to name several movies just to kind of whittle it down. But, because there's a lot of them that are coming to my mind right now. And don't worry, I won't say Lethal Weapon 2, because I wouldn't put that among the most overhyped. But, it was a little hyped. A little hyped. A little hyped. A little hyped. But, not most. Definitely not most. I'll tell you one that, granted, I might watch this again one day and think differently, but I know the first time I watched Life is Beautiful, I found that movie to be immensely overrated. I did not come away from that movie thinking it was anything special. If anything, I thought it was a little weird how, like, I didn't think the comedic aspect really fit. It just felt like the tone of it shifted very suddenly, and I was like, I'm not sure I particularly like this movie. Again, I might rewatch it and think very differently on rewatch, but I know the first time I saw it, I didn't care for it. I was like, this is pretty overrated. Would I put Tombstone up there? No. No. I never felt misled about Tombstone. Truth be told, I didn't hear a ton about Tombstone before I saw it. I'd heard of it, but I was pretty young when I saw Tombstone, so I kind of just watched that of my own volition and loved it. And I've always kind of been aware of what the movie is. I'm like, it's not a... It's somewhere between a very good and a great movie. I would argue that yes, some people do overhype it, because they act like it's the best Western ever, and I'm like, no, it's an entry-level Western. It's very much an entry-level Western. But it's a really good entry-level Western. I mean, it's a fun freaking movie, so I don't necessarily mind that people love it and hype it up, because I'm like, I kind of get it. I don't fully agree with some of the sentiments that come out there, but I'm like, I get why it gets that kind of treatment, because it's pretty dang good. It's a good movie. I feel like Tombstone is more overrated now than it was 10 years ago. I mean, that's probably true. That's actually true of a lot of movies. There's a ton of movies out there that the generation that grew up with them are wildly overrating them. Like, I know a few months back on Criticless, everyone started reviewing The Wizard, that video game movie with Fred Savage. Now, I actually did grow up watching that movie, and even as a kid, I was like, okay, this is a fun little Nintendo commercial. This is a stupid movie. This is a really stupid movie. I kind of knew that from the first time I saw it. I was like, yeah, this is dumb. But it's kind of fun because there's the kid in you that's like, oh, it'd be so cool to go to a video game competition. And it's like, yeah, that'd be neat. But it's not a good movie. It never was. But when I saw the way people were rating it on Criticless, I'm like, what is wrong with you people? It's like, stop pretending this is a good movie all of a sudden. It's not. This is a stupid film. And it always has been a stupid film. That always was a bad movie. I found it campy as a kid, also inaccurate to some of their own product. And no one acted that way because... Plus, I'm not Fred Savage, right? Really? Yeah, it's nostalgia. It's nostalgia for Nintendo and kind of the fantasy element of, oh, go do a video... Because back then, you know, we didn't know what a video game competition... Like, if that was even a real thing. The irony is that these days, a video game competition is kind of common. So we have esports now. We have literal esports now. So it hasn't exactly aged that well. But it was always a dumb movie. I was like, what is... I was just sitting there looking at these reviews and I'm like, what is wrong with you idiots? Stop pretending this is good. This was never good and it never will be. But, anyway, that's not an example, it's just more of an example of the idea. Okay, that I want. We'll take that too. It's fine, I don't need it. Decrease the level. Decrease your level. Fucking retard. Let me think of some other ones. I actually think, and while I generally speaking like this director's work, although I've heard Mickey 17 is terrible, that movie, The Host, the monster movie that the guy who directed Parasite made, I've watched that movie 3 times. I don't like it. I do not enjoy that movie. I really don't. I don't. It may very well be an objectively good movie, but I don't like it. I've never watched that and enjoyed it. I find that very unenjoyable. Now, that might not be a good, like I said, I'm going to mention several movies that come to mind. That might not be a great example because it's very possible that's an objectively good movie that I just don't get into. But I do know that was my reaction to that one has always been that I don't find it particularly enjoyable. I'm just like, nah, this ain't it. Always walked away from that one just kind of wishing it was better. Let me think. What are some other ones? I watched The Northman and I just kind of found it to be okay. I don't enjoy it very much. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I quite liked The Northman, but that one I kind of get to an extent because it's not for everybody. Like, it's not necessarily a mass appeal movie. Like, I could see somebody walking away from that and not caring for it that much. But I ain't gonna lie, I did very much enjoy it. That was pretty dang good. But, Northman, north of Northja. What's another one? There's one I kind of want to say, but it kind of is in that similar vein of, it's in a similar vein of The Host, where it isn't, I mean, this one is more obviously an objectively good movie, but I don't enjoy it, and that's Citizen Kane. I don't enjoy Citizen Kane, and I never have. I've watched it like 5 times. I have never enjoyed that movie. I think I always feel so disconnected from those characters that I never enjoy it. I don't particularly like that movie. What vouchers do we have? Oh shoot, we only just have the one. Dang. Probably shouldn't have done that then. But whatever, it's fine. I was thinking about a potential trophy I could have grabbed, but can't really. What's another one that comes to mind? I mean, well, I'll tell you some other ones that fully qualify for this would have to be a lot of the movies in the MCU. Black Panther's a great example of an overhyped movie that's not a good movie. I mean, Black Panther is a bad movie. That is a very bad movie. And it is still to this day wildly overhyped. That is not a good movie. Black Panther's kind of crap. So that one certainly fits the bill. Avengers Endgame's another one, to be honest. Avengers Endgame's not a good movie. So that's definitely one that's been overhyped. Granted, that one's reputation has gone down a bit over the years at least, so that much is good, but all the same, it's still wildly overrated. One of the all-time great movies I actually struggle with is The Searchers. Interesting. I still haven't watched that. I need to actually get around to watching that. I own it, but I've not actually seen it yet. Interesting. I got that one. I could probably do something with it, but I'm gonna go with that. Not the best Joker. Wait, what's this one? Diamond. Get rid of that. We can play these as they are. Be alright. Get rid of that. This will probably be, I'm sure this will be enough just with what we have. Hang on, alright. Re-trigger all face cards. I would much rather have this card. Because we're trying to get more face cards. We're trying to do stuff with our face cards, so heck yeah. They consider The Searcher to be John Ford and John Wayne's best movie, but it is not in my opinion. What would you say is their best movie, just out of curiosity? Because I'm aware of that sentiment as well. Right. There we go. Those are the kind of hands that I want to get more of. More face cards. Nope. Okay, another wild card. It's something to do that. I'm trying to think of some other ones. It's just some bouncing back and forth between this and that. Mentally. Mentally. We can double our money with that card. Heckin' A. Heckin' A. Best movie together, I would lean Stagecoach to The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Interesting. Interesting. This is what I'm talking about. Hang on. What can we can discard spades. Which I'm all about discarding the spades. Oh, there's a good draw. Stick that in the front. What? Only one hand. Oh, shoot. Okay, we have to play only one hand type. Mother. Okay. That's what I get for not paying attention, but okay. So we can play these at least. Thank God. So that could have been disastrous. This is what. That's the problem with divided attention. Alright. I'll buy that. The shoot is Unforgiven before Unforgiven. Interesting. I freaking love Unforgiven. Love Unforgiven. Absolutely bloody love it. That's a tempting card, but I don't really need it. Okay, I can live with that. I was a little worried about destroying a card, but that's fine. That is fine. 4 of a cut? No. Okay, we don't need any of that. Speaking of Lord, there. I'm afraid of the dark. John Wayne's character in the shoes. Interesting. Why am I ditching a queen? Queens are awesome. Her daddy killed John Wayne? What, like in a movie? Or do you mean like... No, he for real killed him. I was like, wait, what? Is that Bruce Dern in the Shooters? Oh, okay. That's a good card. I like that one. Finally getting some stuff we can work with in this, out of these packs. That's at least good. Okay. Yep, absolutely want to create some more kings. Some more kings! Thinking about the Cowboys. It's been so long since I saw the Cowboys, but I remember loving that movie as a kid. I really enjoyed the Cowboys when I was a kid. That was a pretty cool movie. I like that part where I remember that scene where the kid's cursing at him, calling him like a mean SOB and all this stuff, and he's like, "What'd you say?" And he calls him it again, and he's like, "What'd you say?" And he like keeps adding to it, like kind of like baiting him into saying more. And he's like, "Don't make a habit of that," or something like that. I was like, that was great. I loved that. That's cool. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched the Cowboys, but yeah, I need to watch that again, because actually that was the first John Wayne movie I ever saw. And I very much liked it. Okay, so we are gonna get rid of that, because I'm not using it all that much. What about that? I guess money. I swear I'm trying to think of other movies. It's just this one has me kind of blank. Steel, polychrome, and I'm taking that. That's a good card. That card has some value. No repeat hand types. Have we already had that one? First movie I saw of his was McClintock? I've never heard of this. Also played General Smithers in The Hateful Eight. That is true. He also was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which he's very good in that. He's also in the movie Nebraska, which that's a really good movie. I do highly recommend Nebraska. It's a good movie. It's not one you'd watch over and over again, but solid film. I really liked it. It's kind of a road movie. It's a great comedy western. Interesting. Never seen that. I don't think I've heard of it till just now. How many lucky cards do I have? 1, 2, 3. It's this movie. I love the Lucky Cat, but I can't really justify having it right now. I can't justify it. So great in the comedy western called Support Your Local Sheriff. Nice. We got a lot of repeat face cards. And look at that. That's nice. That's why you get that card, is because you can boost your anus with it. Or, whatever hand you play. Okay, we got a decent little setup for right now. 2 copies. Okay, I like that. I'll take it. Create 2 tarots. Figured I wouldn't get it, but whatever. Nope. I'll have 2 of those, please. I don't know why I'm doing this like that. I could just sort by rank and just get it over with. Nick just won the biscuit making contest for the county fair. We're so ridden. Hey, that's awesome for real. Congratulations, Yak. You've done the Gourd proud. Not that my opinion on it matters anyway, but I'm just saying. It rhymes with, Gourd rhymes with Lord. That's part of the point of having the name, is so you can make jokes. Gosh dang it. laughs and cards. Well, shoot, I'll tell you a movie that got overhyped that I saw very recently. Friggin' Air Force One. What a piece of crap. That movie sucked. Just like this boss blind that we just drew. All face cards debuffed. That's not good. This actually could hurt us a lot. We're gonna... Yeah, this actually really stings. Still could potentially get through it, but... This not good. Jeez, that's rough. Entering my biscuits against hers. Get off my plane. I was more like, get off my screen, you stupid movie. The movie sucked. I was really unimpressed. Yeah, we gotta play this one. Yeah, this is not good. Like this one got us. But kind of fits the timing for the stream, because I said that we're going to end the stream relatively quick, but that's a Great Westerners Lonesome Dove. Well, you know I bought that, so that one I will be watching at some point. It's just I have to make sure I'm in the right mood, the right mindset to take it in. It's annoying. I thought I liked the setup. I should have... So what happens when you divide your attention? It all goes wrong. Goes wrong like Wong. So we didn't do anything. This is kind of a throwaway stream, it seems. Although, hey, we did get the 2 polychrome Jokers, so that's good. I'm kind of amazed. Like, have we not gotten the discard trophy yet? Have you read the Lonesome Dung book? I have not. I have not. Hang on, before we end the stream, because I want to give some more... Now that my attention's not divided, I can answer this question that I found interesting much more better. So we're going to look at the top 250 movies. And I'm going to scroll down them. I'll tell you some movies maybe I think on this list are a tad overrated. Okay, so let's see. Forrest Gump is rated number 11 on IMDb's top 250. Now, I don't hate Forrest Gump. I actually even would consider Forrest Gump to be on the low end of a great movie. But the number 11 movie all time, that's kind of ridiculous. And I think that movie... I don't think that movie deserved Best Picture. Waylon says The Dark Knight is overrated. I mean, I love The Dark Knight, so it's hard for me to make the... Do you work tomorrow, and do you have any crap going on tonight? I mean, other than video editing stuff, no. Do you have ideas? Let me know. Yeah, that's rated way too high. Let's see here. Oh, okay, here's a perfect one. This movie's been overhyped since the day it came out, and remains overhyped to this day. It's one of the most overrated films ever made. Interstellar. Interstellar is ridiculously overrated. Holy crap, I cannot believe that movie gets rated as high as it is. And I love Nolan. I think the movie's entertaining, but that's a bad film. I'm sorry. It's a bad movie. Let's see. I already mentioned that one. Yeah, it's like I'm not much of a fan of it. I think it's wildly overrated. I think Parasite's overrated. I think Parasite's good. I do think Parasite at least is good, but I don't agree with the assertion that it's great. I thought you were about to say The Godfather. Oh no, The Godfather is dang near perfect. 6HI yo 1483. What's up? You're kind of catching the tail end of the stream. This is unfortunately a bit of a shorter stream, but I'm going to do a makeup one tomorrow. But I appreciate you dropping by. I do remember you from one of the streams I think it was last week. But Welcome. I got a question, and I wanted to answer. Akira? I don't feel like I've ever been misled about Akira. The movie's kind of exactly what I thought. Other than, I didn't know the first time going in how weird and confusing it would be, but I like it. I think it's pretty cool. I love the animation to it. Like, the animation's great. Let's see. Nope, that's great, that's great, that's great. All these movies so far are pretty great. I'm kind of amazed Across the Spider-Verse is rated as high as it is, because that movie's very, I thought, it's so convoluted that's mediocre. Like, that actually is rated higher than Into the Spider-Verse, which is actually a genuinely great film. Across the Spider-Verse, I'm like, eh. I think that movie's really messy. I didn't hate it, but that's like a 5 out of 10 at best. Great. Dark Knight Rises is I hate to say it as much, even though I really enjoy The Dark Knight Rises superficially, that movie's wildly overrated. It's 71 on IMDb's top 250, and it's a bad movie. 6HXIX, have you played Hotline Miami? I have. I've not streamed it, but I have played that game before, and it's pretty awesome. I very much like it. I probably will stream that at some point, because Hotline Miami's pretty dope. That is a pretty awesome movie. Let's see, we already talked Endgame. I know one that Whitey would say, because it's number 77 on the IMDb Top 250. Whitey is not a fan of Old Boy. Whitey is not a fan of Old Boy. I know that. Let's see. Requiem for a Dream. That's definitely one. I don't like Requiem for a Dream at all. I think that movie is... I don't get the point of it. I think it's just brutal for the sake of brutality. I don't think there's any real point to it. Payday 3. I have not played the Payday games. I've never played those. You know what's funny is I'm looking at this one movie on the top 250. Even though it's on this list, I think it's underrated. I highly recommend The Hunt with Mads Mikkelsen. Highly recommend. They do a combo. You should try it. Interesting. I'll have to put that on the wish list. Keep that in mind for later. Let's see. Nope, that's all. Let's see. All these so far are pretty great. Up is number 106 on this list. I like Up a lot, but I think that movie gets overrated because of how great the first 10 minutes are. I think the rest of the movie is solid, but I don't think it's a great movie overall. I think it's a good movie with a great 10 minutes. Robin Williams saved Good Will Hunting. I mean, he did, but I mean, he makes the movie pretty awesome. I mean, so he's in the movie, so if that's what makes the movie great, well, then the movie's still great, but yeah. Yeah, like, Up is solid, but I've never thought of it as, like, it's maybe at best at, like, the back end of Pixar's top 10, maybe? But I think there's a lot of Pixar movies way better. I'll tell you a Pixar movie that's wildly overrated is Inside Out. That's a very overrated film. Don't particularly care for it. Way better character than Will. I mean, I liked other aspects of Good Will Hunting, but yeah, he's the best thing about it. After Lewis roasted it? I'm not aware of what you're all even talking about. Let's see. I'm still perusing this list. Wow, Green Book is number 130 on this list? Are you kidding me? I mean, Green Book's alright, but even when that won Best Picture, people were like, are you serious? This is your Best Picture winner? Okay. That's a wildly overrated movie. It's like a 6 out of 10, maybe. It's fine. It's like a one and done. UCK roasted Good Will Hunting. I remember what he said about Good Will Hunting. I don't remember that being necessarily a roast of it. But I'll tell you a movie here that's on this list that should be much higher is All About Eve. You want to talk about a phenomenal old black and white movie? Watch All About Eve. All About Eve is like pitch perfect. The movie's freaking great. Gosh, No Country for Old Men being below Avengers Endgame, that is painful. That movie, like, you talk about a movie that should be probably on this list, like, top 25 is No Country for Old Men. The Thing also should be in the top 25. Beautiful Minds, number 152, huh? I think Beautiful Minds kind of just, I mean, it's good. But that's it, it's good. I wouldn't call it a great movie. It's good. I don't think A Beautiful Mind's anything special, and it absolutely should not have won Best Picture. That's the movie that beat Fellowship of the Ring, which is ridiculous. Yeah, Beautiful Mind is just like, you watch it and you're like, okay, it's well acted and it's fun to watch once or twice, but I think I've watched it twice and I doubt I'll ever watch it again. Let's see. That's good, yeah. There's Inside Out, which again, I already said I think that's overrated. He's got mental issues and drowns babies or whatever. That's funny. See, a lot of these movies, funny enough, that are on the list, I think are kind of underrated. I'm glad to see Barry Lyndon on the list. Barry Lyndon's a really good movie. I do recommend that one. Wow, Spider-Man No Way Home is on this list. Dang. I mean, I think that movie's entertaining, but that movie loses a lot on rewatch, because you're like, you kind of start to realize this movie's really messy. I like it, but I don't even think I'd call it good. We need to badly describe a bunch of movies in one sentence. Gosh, and Blade Runner is number 192, when that should be in like the top 10. Blade Runner is one of the greatest movies ever made. I'm glad Gone Girl is on this list. Gone Girl's excellent. Gone Girl is a genuinely excellent film. Gosh, Jaws is 199. What is wrong with you people on IMDb? I'm glad Ford v Ferrari's on that list. I didn't actually expect that, so I guess that's good. Probably should be higher, but Rocky's down at 211. I won't speak on Blade Runner. You better not. I will find you. Tennessee ain't that far. Blade Runner's my favorite sci-fi movie ever. Mine as well. I think it's the greatest sci-fi movie ever made. Fine with those. Fine with those. Might be running out of options. Okay, I might upset some people with this take. Maybe it might even be the last one. Let me make sure. This might be the last one I bring up. I expect this would bother some people, me saying this. Rocky's a great movie. I agree, Rocky should be much higher than that. Rocky's awesome. Okay, so one movie I saw on this list that I'm like, I think it got, like, because this movie did get, this fits your description really well, Waylon, asking, like, got really hyped up to you, and then you saw it, and you were just kind of like, that didn't really live up to it. The Exorcist. And I'm not saying it's not a good movie. It might even be a great movie. But I did not find that movie to be all that scary. And I've watched it probably 3 times. I just kind of watched it and was like, okay, yeah. It really doesn't do that much for me. It never has. So, yeah. Didn't you review Exorcist with us? I don't think so, no. I don't think so. I know I was on Nadia's stream once and that came up and I brought up that it really didn't do that much for me. And I do love horror. There are a lot of horror movies in that kind of genre that I adore, but that one has never been all that. Now, to be fair, since joining YouTube and doing like movie criticism and stuff, I have not watched the movie since doing this. So it's been a few years. I may watch that again now and better appreciate it. But in the few times I've watched it over the years, it really has just been kind of okay. I've never loved the movie. So that's kind of one. Again, this is more a subjective take. I'm not objectively saying it's not great, but so far in my experience, I haven't loved it. So there you go. I see something like 12 people in the chat are just like, why isn't he playing? It's like, well, because we're talking. But, yeah. Whitey says it didn't hold up to the hype people gave it from when I grew up, but when it came out, people fainted and got me 2 issues and started dripping. Just got depressed. Just a lot of vomit and depression. Yeah, okay. But, Yeah, maybe, and honestly, it's maybe one of those things where if you're Catholic, you might appreciate it more. Because maybe that's the other thing is I'm not Catholic. You know, I'm Protestant. So maybe there's just that inherent part of me that's just like, y'all ain't beating this demon. Come on now. Because I'm not a Catholic. So, but maybe it's a little bit of that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that is gonna wrap up tonight's stream. Like I said, I probably will stream again tomorrow to make up some time because we didn't get to go very long here. But I appreciate you all joining me. This is fun as always, and be on the lookout because I might try to get the F1 video done and out by around Friday. But we will see. But yeah, that's all for me. Y'all have yourselves a good night. God bless and Gourd speed.